Today is March 18, 2024. My name is Rob Carr of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, in January of 2020, Donald Trump attended the March for Life, the annual March for Life in Washington, D.C., making history that day by becoming the first American president, the first ever, to attend the march. In previous years, we had pro-life presidents like Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush. They phoned in greetings or messages to the attendees at the march, but they actually never physically appeared in person. But Donald Trump did. Donald Trump came that day and was on the platform. And, he's going to a place that symbolizes the best of what we can be as American citizens. People who value human life, value especially the lives of unborn babies, innocent babies who are killed and slaughtered by, abortionists all across this country, to the tune of millions. We've mentioned before, at least 64 million babies have been aborted since 1973. So the March for Life is symbolic of our reverence for life, how we value lives of people, born and unborn. So then I bring this up by way of comparison because last Thursday, Vice President Kamala Harris became the first or the highest ranking member of any presidential administration in American history to physically visit a Planned Parenthood abortion clinic. And obviously we know what goes on at Planned Parenthood. We know what happens there. They like to talk about all the wonderful things they do there, but their bread and butter is abortion. That is what they do. That is what they are known for. That is their business model, doing abortions and doing them as often as they can. Because, you look at their annual reports for the last 8-10 years and they report how many abortions they perform, and it's usually over 350,000 per year. So they are the number one abortion provider in the country today, bar none. So I got to thinking about that contrast between the March for Life, speaking of life, and the March for Death, going toward Planned Parenthood. And I got to thinking about history, and especially World War II history. And today, you could be a tourist and visit Poland. And while you're there, you have an opportunity, and many people have done this, you have an opportunity to visit some of the death camps, the Nazi death camps, like Auschwitz or Majdanek or Treblinka. You can visit these places. And the tourists who go there, maybe the tourist is kind of a cheap way of referring to these people, but the people who visit Auschwitz, they go there with sober reflection, at the horror, the tragedy, the loss of life that happened at these death camps. And they go there almost like they're going to a shrine, where they're showing, they're giving a remembrance for the innocent lives who were lost there, who were the millions of European Jews who were slaughtered there by the Nazis, by that Nazi ideology that said that certain ethnic groups were more inferior than the German master race, the German Aryans. Their master race. And you had these subhuman races like these Jews. And that's why the Nazis felt they needed to exterminate them. So the tourist goes there with a quiet reverence at what happened there. Humanity now knows what went on there and how the loss of life was so horrendous and so monumental. What is the term? Never again. Never again will that kind of thing happen in our world. So let's go back now to Kamala Harris, and she's at Planned Parenthood, where 350,000 babies are killed every year after year after year. And I don't see her going to Planned Parenthood with that same sense of reverence, of respect, and a shrine, remembering the babies who lost their lives there. She's not going there to remember the babies who lost their lives. She is going there as an advocate, as a cheerleader for Planned Parenthood, because she wants to see Planned Parenthood thrive. She wants to see abortion more accessible in our country, not less. She wants to see reproductive rights restored because the Supreme Court took that right away in the Dobbs decision. My body, my choice. And what have they been saying? That abortion is health care. What happens at Planned Parenthood is not the terminating of human life. What happens at Planned Parenthood is health care for women. So she does not go there with regret. She goes there with applause. And what I find tragic is that whether it's Planned Parenthood or the Nazis at Auschwitz, it's the same message, that life is cheap. And life is unwanted. The Jews were an unwanted race of people to the Nazis, and they needed to be liquidated. And for a lot of women in this country, and their abortion advocates, the baby in the womb is unwanted and must be exterminated, liquidated, removed, murdered. Life is cheap to these people. Life is cheap. And what a tragedy is that our own sitting vice president cannot make the connection between the killing of innocent Jews and the killing of innocent babies, because we're all created in the image of God. We're all human beings. But no, to her, tragically, life is cheap and has no value. Au contraire, Ms. Harris, life does have value. Life is worth living and worth protecting, and babies are worth loving. With that, I'll let you go, and I will see you next time.